What's poppin', Rockstars? My name is MT, and Amazon's first season of Invincible has officially ended, which is great for everyone trying to regulate high blood pressure or a weak heart, but very sad for everybody else. It seems like just yesterday we were watching Omni-Man help War Woman and the Immortal find different perspectives in life, and even volunteering to repaint Guardians HQ. What a guy. He even brought his son Mark to Subway to eat fresh. Oh my god, what a swell gentleman. But now season 1 has come and gone faster than Red Rush can punch some Omni-Man titties. And good god did it blow our collective minds. Which means you know we had to do that new Rockstars thing and try to find all of those details that Robert Kirkman tried to hide from us in a trash bag on a high shelf. I mean, I'm no Damien Darkblood, but I am dark and I have blood, so I say I'm already halfway there!
Halfway there! Halfway there!
Episode 1 opens with the big bad Mauler twins, Scary Kate and Smashley, attempting to storm the White House and assassinate the president until they are stopped by the soon-to-be slain Guardians of the Globe. A team most likely inspired by the Justice League animated cartoon series that came out shortly before the Invincible comic did, and also a team comprised of all Walking Dead actors. As Robert Kirkman, the comic creator and showrunner of Invincible, also created The Walking Dead, which is a show that has a good amount of Invincible references as well. And speaking of Walking Dead alums playing brutally slain characters, Stephen Yeun plays our hero, Mark Grayson. And the first shot we see of the character is that Dr. Strange? Nope, it is Seance Dog, the Jack Russell Terrier, master of the mystic arts, who is very clearly a parody of Marvel's Doctor Strange, but is also a parody of Science Dog, which is the name of Mark Grayson's favorite comic in the Invincible comics, and a comic series that Robert Kirkman actually decided to publish for real with Image Comics, which is most likely why it's been changed in the show just for copyright reasons. And after we get an introduction to the family matters of the Graysons, we find out that Mark Grayson goes to Reginald VelJohnson High School, which is of course a huge shout out to the actor Reginald VelJohnson, who is most famous for his roles as police officers Carl Winslow in Family Matters, and of course Sergeant Powell in Die Hard. And what's even better is that the school is run by a character named Principal Winslow, who is voiced by Carl Winslow, Reginald VelJohnson himself, making him the most powerful character in the series. Hell, he could probably even take Omni-Man by himself.
Yippee-ki-yay, mother...
Okay, probably not. But before I continue, I want to make sure to thank Bang Energy for sponsoring this video. Here we go. I feel the energy coursing through my veins. Every can of Bang Energy has 0 calories, 0 carbs, 0 sugar, and 0 artificial colors. Every 16-ounce can contains 300 milligrams of caffeine, super creatine, CoQ10, and branched-chain amino acids. I'm sipping on the cotton candy flavor right now, and it is literally just like cotton candy. It's the liquid form of cotton candy. It brings me into the past during the days when my mother used to bring me to the carnival. Mother, can you please buy me some cotton candy? No, MT, you've had too much already. Listen, I drink a Bang when I need a pick-me-up in the morning or when I need to plow through a long video and want my mind to be alert. Check out Bang on Instagram and get 10% off of your order at bangenergy.com when you use the code NEWROCKSTARS10. There you can buy a variety pack of Bang Energy or just buy a 12-pack of your favorite flavor like peach mango, lemon drop, or rainbow unicorn if you're feeling magical on the inside. I know I am. Use the code NEWROCKSTARS10 and receive 10% off of your Bang Energy order. That is code NEWROCKSTARS10 for 10% off. Later on in the episode, we find Mark fighting Mahershala Ali's Titan on his first trial run as a superhero, while also trying to think of badass superhero names in the process, because multitasking is a skill Mark likes to put on his resume. I mean, how else do you think Mark got a job at Burger Mart, which is actually a nice play on BM, bowel movement. One of the names Mark comes up with is Ass Kicker, which is a nod to Kirkman's Walking Dead character Judith, who used to be called Lil Ass Kicker by Daryl Dixon, former racist. And when Mark's father Nolan, played by notorious Spider-Man hater J.K. Simmons, gets tired of seeing his son look like he's about to rob a bank in Red Dead Redemption 2, he brings Mark Grayson to meet his best friend and other favorite useful Mark Hamill. Well, Mark Hamill playing the role of Art, the superhero tailor anyway. Which is hilarious because both Simmons and Hamill have both played characters who hate Spider-Man in the past. And the character of Invincible himself has also gotten to meet Spider-Man in the comics at one point, and they have the most hilarious interaction of all time. I highly recommend that you pick up Marvel Team Up issue number 14. Also, when Mark brings Amber over to his nerd room, he describes the plot to The Underwater Welder, a graphic novel written by Jeff Lemire, one of my favorite comic book writers doing it currently. Anyways, while Mark is trying on costumes, Art tries to move some old merch by having Mark try on this orange and yellow suit. And while Mark didn't really think it was the right fit for him personally, this costume is actually eventually worn by the Invincible character Bulletproof in the comics, which is a very significant character down the line. So this is obviously a tease for what is to come. And also, this suit is actually the first design that Kirkman was thinking about going for Invincible before he decided to go on the more iconic design that we know today. Moving on, after Omni-Man sends the Guardians of the Globe to heaven, Hell obviously had something to say about it because Damien Darkblood, the underworld's most persistent detective, is on the case. And you know he's a demon because A, he looks like a demon, but B, because he likes to write his little Blue's Clues down in a cute little Necronomicon-inspired notebook. What a cute man. It's so sad that you had to go back to hell. Darkblood is one of the many Invincible characters that seem to take a lot of inspiration from DC Comics, as he seems to be a mashup of Rorschach from the Watchmen comics and Etrigan from DC Comics. Like, even Mark Grayson himself looks a lot like Nightwing Dick Grayson. But even though Damien Darkblood is a surprisingly doper detective than I give most demons credit for, he just can't see dead people the way that I want him to. But do you know who can? Haley Joel Osment, whose face has been borrowed and superimposed onto the face of the hero Burley in the background of the Guardians of the Globe tryouts. And oh my goodness, do my anime eyes deceive me? That man over there, next to Blackie Barnes, why, it's none other than the greatest hero of all time. But if there is anyone that is throwing more than one punch, it's going to be Invincible villain Multi-Paul, the brother of Guardian of the Globe Duplicate, who is teased later on in the episode hanging out with his Paul posse in prison on Chicken Pot Pie Day. And also, while Nolan and Debbie are on their cute coffee date in Rome, the dragon casually up all of Caesar's shit in the background is none other than the Invincible villain, Mr. Lou, a man who manifests a literal dragon every time he falls asleep. Something that the viewers get to see in action briefly at the very end of the season as they tease things for what's to come. But speaking of Invincible villain cameos, we get a small peek at Elephant Man, who is a play on Rhino from the Spider-Man comics, as well as the Lizard League, who obviously plays on Marvel's Serpent Society, as well as G.I. Joe's Cobra in episode 5. And of course, episode 5 is the very same episode where we see Mark and the Guardians of the Globe get absolutely dunked on by Battle Beast as a result of a secret power grab by Titan against the techno-clairvoyant Machine Head, who is Robert Kirkman's take on DC's Black Mask, who we of course see in Birds of Prey. And I also love how Mahershala Ali's Titan is clearly inspired by Marvel's Luke Cage, a character that Ali has a good amount of experience with from his time playing the Kingpin Cottonmouth on Netflix. And of course, Titan's rise as the city's new Kingpin has a lot of the same vibes of the ending of the Luke Cage series finale. Also, if you look closely, the little girl that Martian Man hangs out with before he is absolutely omni-murderated in episode 1 can be seen sitting by herself, sad and alone at the shelter that Amber and Eve are serving the homeless at, in case you needed to be depressed today. The next episode has a bit more focus on the hero, Adam Eve, who we find out is actually one of the most powerful characters in the entire Invincible universe. You know, despite nobody wanting to put respect on Homegirl's name. Like, she can manipulate reality on a molecular level. Like, how many white girls do you know that can do shit like that? Well, okay, there's Marvel's Scarlet Witch, which I'm pretty sure Kirkman took inspiration to make Adam Eve in the first place, but how many mentally stable white girls do you know that can do that shit? Because I don't know a lot. I don't know a lot. And if you're wondering why that burping drunk boy at the college campus Mark and his friends visit later on sounds so familiar, that's because it's just famous voice actor Justin Roiland channeling his inner human alcoholism, Rick Sanchez from Rick and Morty, before he gets turned into a cyborg by D.A. Sinclair, played by Ezra Miller, who knows a thing or two about cyborgs because he was friends with one in Justice League. And also a thing or two about assaulting innocent people. I don't know how that man still has a job, but you know, whatever. Anyways, once Omni-Man decides to come out of the serial killer closet, he crushes Donald's spine, which triggers Donald to sacrifice himself in order to buy Cecil a couple more seconds of time. Like, I was shocked at this, considering that Donald does not die this early in the comics at all. Which is very sad, because I love Donald. He was a very nice boy. But it's also great to see those little ways that the show deviates from the original source material, so I'm okay with it. Rest in peace, Donald. But speaking of resting in peace, do you know who can't rest in peace? The Immortal. And while being resurrected by the Gross brothers in episode 7, the Immortal, inspired by DC's Vandal Savage, but a good guy, gets some flashbacks that reveal that he was the Invincible Universe's Abraham Lincoln the entire time. So you can imagine how being assassinated by a John Wilkes Booth looking Omni-Man could open up some old wounds. And finally, Invincible Season 1 ends with the single most craziest superhero battle that I have ever seen in all of my days breathing polluted air. A battle that seems to take a lot of cues from Zack Snyder's Man of Steel. Like, we even see Nolan hit Mark with Snyder's now iconic Superman punches from the film. But unlike Man of Steel, Kirkman does not hold back with showing off the graphically gruesome reality of two Supermen fighting in a city. Like, I knew that this fight was coming because I've been waiting for it for several years, but I still managed to shit inside of my pants watching this scene. Wow. I don't think Nolan's getting a Father's Day card, guys. I don't think he's getting one. I don't think he's not getting a Home Depot gift card. Not that he needs one, but however, if you thought that this fight was crazy, Robert Kirkman already promises us within the season finale that we have not seen anything yet, as he teases us with the Viltrumite characters of Craig, Tula, and Conquest. And no bullshit, knowing what I know about the comics, their 2-second cameo was easily the scariest part of this already nightmare scenario of an Invincible episode. Like, ugh. Like, if Conquest is the Salty Spittoon, then Omni-Man is Winnie Hutt Jr., and Mark Grayson is going back to Winnie Hutt General, because that boy knows how to get beat up real good. He's just constantly in just, oh God, Mark, toughen up, you bitch. And that's all I'm gonna say on that, because I don't want to get into spoilers. But that is it for all of the interesting little tidbits of information that I wanted to cover with this first season of Invincible on Amazon Prime. What did you guys think of the season? Like, are you guys hyped that it just got renewed for 2 more seasons? Because I am. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching this video, and please support New Rockstars by checking out our dope shirts at newrockstarsmerch.com. A lot of amazing stuff on there, and follow me everywhere you can find me on social media at MasterTainment. But more importantly, follow New Rockstars everywhere you can find us on social media. Please subscribe to us on YouTube and hit that notification bell so you can get all the notifications for whenever we upload dope shit, because that's all we do 24/7, 365. There is not a time in which we are alive that we do not make dope shit, even in the toilet. Thanks again for watching, everybody. Take it easy.